Whoa, whoa,
Yo,
what it do? What it do?
What's up, y'all? Say,
chilling, man.
bro, I'm about to get hooked up to my computer, but I'm on my phone right now, so I might log off and come back on.
It sound like what you got bells out.
What you said? No, man.
What you got bells out?
When I went on the internet, when I came on the thing, it was tripping, man. You know how it is. Don't worry about it. And here's your ball.
As, as long as you
What
here
up,
for this,
everybody?
you bringing the smoke tonight. It's all good.
Hey, what up, everybody? Welcome to another show, Crucial Conflict. You know how we do it. Y'all know how we do it every week. We want to ask y'all to share this video. You know, tag all your friends. Also, if you haven't subscribed on our YouTube channel, go ahead on and do that right now. This is the time.
Matt, you sharing it out?
I'm sharing it as we speak.
And we have a good show tonight, y'all. It's gonna be a real fundamental show to me. We're gonna get to see get a lot of people opinion. Why? What up, Desmond?
Hey,
Ira, down with you. Shout out my boy Andrew Bayham. He came show some love over at the job.
What's up with
Him
your
a nice
body?
cup. Told him I was gonna shout him out.
You talking about that Kennedy grad?
Yeah, that guy right there.
Yeah.
I swear to God, all them motherfuckers sound the same. They like robots, bro. But hey, one thing he did do, Matt, he kept it real about them first trombones.
Berg, I mean, Darrell, I don't want to see us starting no kind of shit this early.
No, let me just tell you what he said. Let me tell you what he said. He said every band has their flaws.
He said every band has their flaws.
So that's exactly what he said. So I'll go ahead and take that as he kept it real. And I'm not gonna say nothing else about it. That was one of Kennedy's flaws.
Kennedy didn't really have many flaws, man. I'm keeping it $1 with you. I would like to I would like to know specifically what them flaws. Anyway, that's not what this is about. This show, this particular y'all want to introduce the show, or y'all want me to?
I guess I'll do it.
Okay.
But first off, y'all know who I am. I'm Darrell, the most hated, and then we got my boy, the Kennedy grad, Matt Francis, the world fame. We got my boy Johnny. But this show today is gonna be about
So look, man, tonight's show, look, the topic of the show, we were trying to come up with a good topic for the show. So basically what we came up with was read music versus playing by ear. So before we even start this topic, we're not trying to sell the image that it's not important to read music, but we want to get a lot of people aspect on what we about to talk about when it comes to reading music versus playing by ear. So we had a big discussion about this on Monday, and we were talking about the beginning stages of how to start off a musician. The beginning stages of how to start off musicians. Of course, a lot of people have different ways of how they start off a musician. One thing is, should you teach a kid how to read versus getting their tone right? Another thing is, like, if a kid comes to you and just say they want to play trumpet, but they're not really getting it, you move them on and this, that, and the other. So we wanted to just we want to elaborate on some stuff, and we wanted to get y'all opinion about some of the stuff that we elaborate on. Also, we're gonna have anybody that want to come on and talk about this subject. You're gonna be able to come on tonight. But before we get started with this subject, we want to also you talked about subscribing to the YouTube channel and everything, Darrell.
Yeah, I told him, let's go ahead, like the page, let's subscribe to our YouTube page. I talked about that stuff, but again, shit, let's subscribe to our YouTube, like this page.
So, I guess I could still. You want to go, Matt? You want to say what you have to say a little bit of?
Yes. I open it up. Um,
Hold on, Ricardo. I would love for you to come on. I would love for you to come on, Ricardo.
yeah, it's a few people I would like to come. I would like to speak to come have a word too. Uh, um, but my opinion on the matter is, I think it's most important that kids develop good musical habits before they um necessarily learn the nuts and bolts of music. Uh, I think it's I don't I'm certainly not discounting, of course, learning how to read music and things of that sort, but uh I run into so many musicians that can sight read their ass off. These musicians can uh these musicians uh, can play everything. They can articulate like crazy, but just have poor tone, have poor tone quality. So I think while most of our teachers have taught us that it's most important to learn how to read music, learn, get in the Auburn books and stuff. I think an equal amount of time should be dedicated to building good amateurs. If you a drummer, having the mechanics of being a good drummer down, having good form, having that kind of thing is of utmost importance. And I think in the process of trying to build fundamentally sound bandsmen, and I'll say this: this is even in our era. I think in the process of trying to build fundamentally sound bandsmen, a lot of things such as good tone and the ability to, well, I'll leave it there for now. Things like good tone were left out. Things like having a smooth roll, or not just being able to play a bunch of rudiments, but I'm actually sounding good when you play them. That kind of thing is, what's up, Berg? Glad to have you, family.
What's up, bro?
That kind of thing is important, but it's been discounted in marching bands. So that's my take on that. I'll let
Hey,
you
I
brothers
go there.
explain.
My thing is too, kind of agreeing with Matt. I think if you could learn how to read music and everything, but if you read music and blowing a bunch of BS, you ain't doing nothing. I think you should learn how to play the horn first, at least blow into the horn, and then you start off with the method book and start learning how to read playing like that.
Mm. So you want a person to learn how to play the horn before they know
No,
what they
no, no.
playing?
Not when I say play the horn, I'm not saying being a professional
No,
baritone
I'm
trumpet
saying
player. I'm
you
saying this. Well,
said
let me finish, Burger.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm saying this. You should be able to at least, if I'm gonna play you on trombone, I need to know that you can blow into that trombone. I need to know that you can get your armature together to where when you do start reading music and you playing that music, it don't sound like a bunch of hot shit.
you'll take the kid that sound good but can't read music over the kid that can read but may not sound as better on the horn. You can work
But
with sounding. You can work
if
with
he
sounding
sound
like
bad,
shit
but he reading the shit out the music, what's the point of reading the music?
because you can work with sounding like shit. You can't work with not knowing how to read. You stuck.
Uh,
See, now, Burger, that's where I didn't come in to disagree with you. That's why I disagree with you, though. You can't work with sounding
That's
like
not
shit.
true.
Like
Over time, everything come over
you,
time. Everything come over time.
no. If you sound like, see, now I'm trying not to call out out certain bands, but No, you can't. You can see, John.
Man,
You know
what
what,
happened?
Johnny? When you start that laughing shit, and every time you start laughing, I know my inbox gonna get hit up. Stop that.
What
I'm going to
happened?
talk to you about that.
I'm not being funny, but what happened to fun? Like y'all say fundamentals, but reading is fundamentals. Knowing how to read music is fundamentals.
So
So we
let me
can't say
I'm not.
fundamentals
It
if you
is.
turn
It
around and
is.
say
so let me
the emphasis on reading is not that important as far as
No,
what
no,
you
no,
sound
no,
like.
I'm
no,
not saying
no.
reading it.
I
Wait,
never
see,
said it
and that's
wasn't
the thing.
important.
I don't think. This the thing. I don't disagree with you on the importance of reading music.
It's
I don't
very
disagree
important.
with you on that.
so
Reading music is very important. I'm just saying which comes first. To me, learning how to making sure you can actually blow into the horn, and when you play that A, that B, that C, it comes out sounding like a A, a B, or a C. Because if you sound like shit, that A you supposed to be playing sounds like a damn C,
That's
and that
why a
C you
lot of
supposed to be
our
playing sound
bands,
like a
I
D.
really believe that's why a lot of our bands on the level they on.
so let me
Because that's the
No, you
emphasis.
know what? You know what? Okay, look, we got a bunch of drummers in it. I see Christmas and Aaron Wilson there. Check this out. Have y'all ever heard a drummer that knew a shit ton of rudiments? He knew how to play all kind of rudiments, but all of them sounded bad because he had bad drumming habits. They all sounded bad. He
Y'all
could play
say that
them.
about
He
Miguel all the time. He know his rudiments.
what?
He sound like how many times y'all done tried to play on old school for sounding like shit, but playing the root. He can play the rudiments, but they sound like shit. Like we can't have it both ways. Like y'all literally trash Miguel for this all. Well, I ain't gonna say you, but they trash Miguel for this all the time, playing rudiments that sound like shit because they say that the man left hand on the flat or whatever they want to say.
hold up. If you wanna join the conversation, the StreamYard link is in the comments. Say let me say this about so I'm gonna give you my experience when I started playing the instrument. Mr. Dickinson started me on an instrument. Mr. Dickinson had me on a mouthpiece for 2 weeks. I never understood why he had me on a mouthpiece for 2 weeks until but I understood as I got older why he had me on that mouthpiece for 2 weeks. Because you have to develop your armature. Like it's very, very important to develop your armature. Now, I didn't touch no horn until after them 2 weeks. I didn't touch no horn until after them 2 weeks. Once I touched the horn, I learned how to play all my notes. Also, in the process, he started to develop my reading skill. So to me, it's two different types of reading. You can teach. I feel like I can teach kids how to read in 2 days. I can teach kids how to read in 2 days. Sight reading is a tool. It's a totally different atmosphere. You
There's
can
rhythms.
you can teach a kid how to clap a rhythm. I didn't taught my sons how to clap straight quarter notes, and they know how to do that. But understanding how to sight read is something totally different. Something totally different. So when people say, "Well, kids need to learn how to read," I really didn't really understand how to read, sight read until the end of my 10th grade year. When I first got to age, I know how to hear a lot of stuff. I know my notes. When you get from middle school to high school, you talking about the jump from middle school to high school, it's a faster pace. I learned all my songs not because I knew how to read, because I heard a lot of this stuff. I understood some of the stuff that was on the paper, but I really didn't understand how to read until the end of my 10th grade year. I knew what a quarter note was. I knew what a half note was, but when it came to sight reading, I really didn't understand how to sight read until the end of my 10th grade year.
It was about 11th grade for me, Johnny. I mean, because just like you said, I heard a lot of stuff,
Man,
before
I
I
do
read it.
think I really. What's going on, Ricardo? What's
What's up,
going on?
Ricardo?
Yeah, what's up?
I
What's up,
do
y'all?
think all our high school elements need to get back to fundamentals, and until that happens, we're gonna continue to put out.
But Burger, that is fundamental though.
I
Reading,
don't
I
disagree
believe
with you,
reading. I
Burger.
believe
Burger.
reading is the
I don't,
biggest. Is a big. To y'all, a lot
Burger.
of
I
people
don't
don't feel
believe.
that way.
Okay,
I
Let me
when
feel
ask you
like
this, Burger.
when Dale,
Hold up,
when
Matt.
Dale Stewart said in the
Did you
comments,
learn how to talk first, or did you learn how to say a sentence first?
you learn how to talk first.
All right, then. So you
Read.
got to learn how to play the horn first. Then you got to learn how to read the horn.
Let our guest
Read the music.
say his thoughts on it. Let our
I
guest say.
don't. I probably let down this hill because I believe that. But we're gonna let Ricardo say what he got to say. But I'm gonna down this hill. I believe more of our kids need to learn how to read music.
I mean,
Which is true.
I think, both of y'all are right. You got to look at it like this. Music is a language, right? And so you have to learn how to speak the language, or you want to know how you want to effectively communicate. So playing by ear is good because you get to hear all of the nuances and how you want to communicate, right? But you still need to be able to do technique, all of those things right there, method books, a lot of music that you get, you know, it you have to know how to read it. So I mean, the two go hand in hand. I think there's a lot of musicians who start off playing by ear and they reach a certain point, and you have a lot of musicians who learn how to read music and they have struggles with communicating. Sound, I always tell my students, sound starts in your mind first. So like if you don't know what you want to sound like, you ain't gonna be able to like effectively communicate what it is. So if you only, I always tell students like you can name 100 basketball players and football players, but how many people on your instrument can you name that's professionals? And a lot of people don't know that. You might know somebody who went to the school or whatnot. So like really understanding what that is, and that's a whole nother element. So I mean, I think the two go hand in hand, uh, in my opinion.
Okay,
I
I feel you.
I think the two go hand in hand as well. But let me say this: as a gigging musician, if I can be completely honest, I seldom go on gigs and somebody hand me a piece of sheet music and say we're gonna run this down the page. More often than not, when I'm gigging, somebody more often it's far more likely when I'm gigging for somebody to be like, "Hey, this will we be playing. Play this."
But it
And
depends.
I have to catch the beat. Now
It
I'm
really,
not saying I'm not and listen, I play music every day of my life. Like most years, I have 6 or 7 days off a year. I play music every day somewhere for a living. And here's the thing. I read music. I have to read music on the gigs that I play maybe twice a year. Maybe now I'm not saying that it's not a valuable tool, but I'm saying being able to play by ear, being able to hear, being able to catch the beat, being able to feel where the one is in the song is of critical importance
oh
with what
yeah.
I do. And so I'm not discounting it, but I'm saying when we leave out things like sounding good and being able to articulate and phrase on your instrument, like practicing that, giving that just as much energy, when we leave those things out, we leave out a very valuable set of teachings.
We're not saying
Very
ignore that,
valuable.
but what I'm saying is like when kids want to go to college and all their life they've been learning how to play by ear, and it's time to audition for some of these colleges, and they get embarrassed because they probably were well at catching on by ear. But in college, everything's so fast paced, they
I put
can't.
in the comments, don't mistake playing, memorizing music and memorizing scales for being able to play by ear. You could memorize all kind of stuff and can't play by ear. So like when you say play by ear, like what do you mean? Like I could hear something and I could play it back. A lot of times when you teach like this, da 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 da, I mean,
That's crippling a kid to me.
That's
Yeah,
handicap,
I
and
think
I agree with that, Burger. I mean, I don't think you should not focus on. I'm
I think
saying,
the most important thing is the community around them, because that's what's going to try to make them want to get more and get better, and they're going to realize all of those things come together at some point in time, and they're going to be able to be more effective communicators on the instrument. But it really depends on that how far you want to go,
yeah.
and your opportunities you'll be able to take.
Hey, we got Jay
Go ahead,
Watson on
brother.
here with
Watch me.
us.
Go ahead. What you got
We
to
want to
say,
see what he
brother?
got to say. What's up,
What's
first
up,
off? What's up
fellas?
with your brother?
Hey man, wait,
Man,
my camera off, but Jamal is my man, man. We started our playing Set in the City together, man. That's my guy. I didn't know you was coming on, family.
yeah, brother. So, all right, as
I
far
don't
as reading,
I don't agree
I'm
with that. Yeah.
High
all right.
school band directors complain about kids not knowing how to read coming from middle school. So now we're gonna say y'all already have kids that can play and kids that can read. But go ahead, brother. Go ahead and see what you got to
All
say.
right, so I'm gonna say this. So, the school I'm at, like our band, we go fifth through eighth grade. We highly focus on reading. That's our big thing. Now, mind you, you have some kids who learn better by hearing. So it's kind of figuring out where that kid is, then getting them to understand that okay, reading is gonna help you along the way is depending on what you're trying to do with it. Some kids, once they get to 8th grade, they think, man, I'm too cool for the band. I'm done with it. But then you have that seldom few that show up and they're like, all right, this is what I want to do. I want to march. I want to go to college. I want to do this, but I want to do it through music. So like what we seriously try to do is like with the drum line. All right, cool. We're going to work on rudiments because it's necessary. But you're going to learn how to read it too. You know what I mean? I sent Matt a video of my line. I told him, I was like, yeah, I said 90% of those kids are reading the cadences that we're playing. Now, mind you, it's cadences that have been being played through the city for years. Nobody, like how many people actually wrote out those cadences? So my thing is, I'm like, yeah, well, when you get to high school, when you show up, I want you to be prepared. Yeah, will you take section as a 9th grader? There's a chance, but I doubt it. Let's just be real. But those kids have an advantage over everybody else in that. So you can have a senior who suck at reading. This freshman can come in and help your whole line out. Same thing as some of our horn players, man. We got a dude. He's in the 6th grade. When I'm talking dog, he loves his instrument. He loves his instrument, and the fact how I know he loves it, instead of playing at recess, this dude has his horn out. Can he read everything all the time? Nah, he's getting better, but he's working on his sound. So it's the kids taking ownership of whatever they're trying to do. Like, man, they got too much damn access to technology to learn technique. Like when they leave school, they ain't gotta just rely on what we taught them. Man, they can click on YouTube. Like they got a million dudes on Instagram putting up at least some type of solid information for them to learn. But it's just kids being willing to take ownership of their learning, and also having some of those parents, like you have some parents who will tell a kid, man, I don't want to hear that in my house. So like it when they get to some of the high schools, like, yeah, they can play, but they ain't as good as they should be, because the only time they should touch their horn is when they're with y'all.
Right.
True.
See, I'm gonna see.
Jamal, as an aside, wait, I gotta throw this in there. Say, bro, you so right about the cadences in New Orleans not being written out. Man, I'm sorry, man, I'm holding a baby. But no lie. Man, I wanted to borrow a part from a drum cadence that we played, when I was in school. And I was like, man, who copyrighted this drum cadence? I'm just knowing all the drum cadences we played, they was written out somewhere. And man, I found out, man, these things was like oral traditions that was passed down. Like, I mean, cats just remembered them since the 70s. Because I'm like, if somebody had copyrighted these cadences and written them out and copyrighted and took ownership of them, like I would have to, I'm gonna use a piece of this to put on a track. I'm gonna play the cadence. I'm gonna get on a tenor drum, a bass drum, some cymbals. I'm gonna do the whole thing. But I should ideally, when I took this piece of this cadence from a cadence that was written out in the 70s, I should have owed somebody some money for that. Say, bro, I ain't owe nobody a nickel. That shit wasn't written out. Like nobody owns them cadences. Man, listen, quick heads up. Somebody want to make some money? Start copyrighting them cadences they play in New Orleans. None of them ain't written out and copyrighted. None of them. So it's crazy that you would say that, man. What you saying is like real. None of them cadences ain't written out. Like none of them. Nobody owns them. No, that's crazy.
I don't mind.
Like, say, bro, like, y'all would be amazed at the fact that nobody owns all the way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Nobody owned that. Somebody, man, look. But yeah, man, when I took that cadence, I mean, it's funny that I'm throwing this in, but it's funny that you would mention that, man. I ain't owe nobody a nickel and made a bunch of money off putting that piece of that cadence in there. So yeah, man, you right on that. None of that shit ain't wrote out.
Yeah, trust me. I did a commercial. Christmas was on it. We played a whole cadence that we didn't play through for a commercial and got broke clean off because nobody owns it. It's like ownership. Same thing with everybody's arrangements, man. Like take your arrangement and like hold that. Don't let nobody take y'all stuff, man. You can monetize pretty much everything, and that's the other side that, as band directors, we don't really take advantage of. Like as much as they try to play everybody's stuff on the news, like it's like, oh yeah, it's free advertisement. It's getting you seen. man, that can bring money back to your program or you personally, depending on how you gonna do it. But
when you're
like
getting
we
back on the
gotta,
high school level, Mr. Emilian,
huh?
that's what I really want to know. When you getting back on,
Man, when a position presents itself that I wouldn't mind taking, I think with my little one right now, I get out at 3 o'clock, bro. I get to go home and be with my son, be with my family, and I don't have to deal with a lot of the politics. You know, I miss it. But if a
it
situation
probably
presents
missed you
itself,
a lot more because I could say one thing. I know if a kid came from under you, they were straight. That's
yeah,
a
man,
fact.
I really enjoyed it. I think it was just a lot of things I didn't want to deal with once my son came, man. It changed your whole perspective. I mean, you know what it's like. You got four of them,
Yeah,
so
most definitely.
uh, at this point in time, I'd rather be much more present as a father, and I respect those band directors who got multiple kids who been doing it for years. I have so much respect for them.
See, I have. So I'll get back on for the topic. I'm gonna tell you. I think both is as equal.
I
Then
don't
you
think
know.
so. I really
Let me
don't.
tell you why. Let me tell you why. Burger, you saying that? But when you go as a freshman in college, you take a music theory class and you take an ear training class. You take an ear training class. Like, so if it wasn't important, dog, and I'm gonna tell you that my first year, that fucking ear training class kicked my ass because I wasn't used to that. Like understanding the intervals, like just that type of stuff. They gonna play one note, and they're gonna tell you the first note, then they're gonna tell you to write out the whole what they play. Like that playing, like listening, that ear training is very important, just as
You
well.
don't think like over time, like just repetitiveness with the horn and playing the drum that
No,
style and sound and all that comes over
no,
time?
Absolutely not,
no.
Burger. I know dudes that's been playing saxophone a million years. And a lot of times it's marching band dudes and they tone still ain't good. I know dudes that play baritone 8th grade through 2 years of college and still didn't have great tone. But man, I keep hearing people say stuff like, man, you get on a gig and can't talk music. Like, to what extent are y'all saying people talk music? Because I mean, like, on gigs, I hear people say, like, go to the one, like, go to the four. But I'm telling y'all, on these gigs, they not whipping out a piece of sheet music. That shit is not happening. Like, people calling
No.
out numbers,
You play
they
drums,
not
right?
listen. Yes, no. When I play drums, but I play in
Right.
big bands. I play in big jazz bands. On most of the stages we play, it ain't even enough music for a big ass music. I mean,
Right.
not enough space for a big ass music stand.
No,
Like,
I get what you're
it's
saying. When I used to play for about a little over a year. I played with Delphio Marcellus Uptown Jazz Orchestra, and it was mixed. He had a couple of tunes where, you know, we had music too, and then sometimes Ellis Marcellus, God bless his soul, he'll come in and he'll just start playing some shit on the piano. We don't know what he's doing. We listening, and then we just make it up. Like, and in those moments you have to know, but also on another level, like being able to hear, you have to know the style, the language, and how to say it too. It's so many nuances in the music you playing. So you do have to know that, and that's one of the things that you don't necessarily learn through reading, because you can get all sorts of transcriptions written out, but they can't really write the feeling. You have to be able to practice that. And so, like, if you have both of them, they go hand in hand. But I mean, like, yeah.
Burger. Let me ask you a question. As a is there a piece of music that I could pick up that would show me as a drummer or as a musician how to build a solo? Because Doc couldn't teach me that with any method books. What he did was he taught in the concert band. I had to play a drum solo on the drum kit. He sat me down and taught me. I had to be showed by a guru how to actually build solos. This is stuff that they're not. This is stuff. While I appreciate wait, let me back up. This is why I always say at Kennedy, when I left Kennedy, I was ready to go gig because we learned stuff like how to build solos. But at any rate, there was nothing he could show me in the book. He had to show me how, man, start off right here, start off at the bottom. If you start off, way at the top of your solo, if you way up there, then you have nowhere to go. You know what I mean? It's like he stuff like that, man. When you only emphasize being able to read music, you leave out stuff like that, like having and again having good tones. Man, we know so many drummers that can play a shit ton of rudiments. I know dudes that play trumpet that can play every name a scale, they can play it and still have shit tone.
And they
These
got a
dudes on
lot of
these drums still have terrible. They sound bad when they play these rudiments. A lot of them awful when they play these rudiments. That's what's being left out, man.
I was gonna say they got a lot of drummers who got chops and could play a lot of stuff, but they don't know how to play the song either. Like they don't stay in the pocket, they don't stay in their place, they don't know,
I agree.
when to come in, when to get out, and how to be part of a whole too. So I think it all comes down to really listening. So I hear what Berg is saying, and I hear what you're saying, and it really just depends at what phase you're talking about. Like if I'm starting off as an elementary school band director or middle school band director, yeah, I'm gonna want the kids to be able to read music, but I want to focus on being able to play that. And one of the things I don't think a lot of teachers are doing is like you playing something. Like for instance, I used to do with beginners. They learn their three notes, right? B flat, E or C, D or whatever. They learn those three notes, and then I tell them to close the book, and then I'll play a whole note sequence, and you kind of build that ear training with that from there. So they able to kind of do that. But like it's so hard to find a space and a time for us to be able to kind of do that because everything is so performance oriented. We got so many people who such big critics. We got so many people who want to, get their shine on and put their egos out there. So like a lot of times you microwave a product and not really like build a musician. But I think it's still
True.
on an individual kid
Yeah.
too.
The reason why I say that, look, say if they got a kid who watching this right now, and he probably struggle reading. He's not a very fluent reader, but he catches on really fast. If he listening to us right now, he might feel like, well, I don't have to really put my emphasis on reading that much because
Well,
as
if you
long
a
as I can
kid,
catch
and you
on,
listening to
Well,
this, don't
but
listen to
Berger,
that.
who is the most wrong? Who is the most wrong? The kid that don't know how to read but catch on fast, or the kid that know how to read but sound like shit when he
The
play?
I
band
feel like
director
over.
who don't tell him to work on his weaknesses.
Yes, that true, but I
That's
don't.
my point.
That
So,
true.
so look, one of my students was actually on here. I just saw him in the chat. Now, he can tell you. Now, mind you, this kid is hungry. You know what I mean? Now, he can tell you how to roll in class. Man, look, and I probably have a bigger advantage than most band directors because I was at a point where I'm seeing my kids. I have them an hour during the day, then I have them after school. So that's, for band practice. So it's like during the day, man, we working on reading, we working on, technique. You know what I mean? Just trying to get them right. Then after school we can apply it. Now with applying it, yeah, is everything we played was written out? Hell no. Like that's it is unfair to the kids. But to get that balance, I'll sit up there like you were saying, like you'll play something like so let's say we're working on like a paradiddle diddle, right? Now in class, some of them struggling because the coordination is wrong, and I'm huge on teaching kids how to alternate because that's going to open them up to a whole another realm of playing stuff when they get in high school. So boom, at the end of the day, I'm like, yo, I got this cadence. I just made it up on the spot. Like that's how it happens. So I'll use whatever I did in class and apply it within that cadence, then see if they catch it. Now, do they catch it all the time? No, but it gives them an idea on how they can apply whatever they're using. But overall having that balance of using your ear and reading is important. Like jumping to the drum set, I'm a drummer my damn self. Like the only gig I can honestly say that I ever saw a chart on was when I sat in
Damn
with
good
Delphi.
one. That needed to be said. A damn good drummer
Oh
at
man,
that.
appreciate you, Rev. But the only gig like I sat in with Delphio when I came back. This was years ago, before the big band was the big band itself. And I got there and it's like I ain't have to read music on a drum set music at that because that's a whole different animal in its damn self. But I ain't have to do it in so long, so I was shocked. But it put me on game. I was like, all right, I got to get back on my stuff. So I try to tell all the kids, I'm like, yeah, sometimes when you go to high school, they might not have your music written out. but that doesn't mean ignore it just because they're not doing it there. You know, when you want to go do this audition, trust me, some of these college band directors, they gonna shoot it at you. Be like, yo, can you sight read this? And if you can't, you out of scholarship. So
Also,
Hey, look, hey, Bert, go
um,
ahead, Johnny.
also think like and let me say this: we not saying I don't want people to in the comments to think that we saying that reading music is not good. No, I definitely think you should learn how to read music. That's you should learn how to read music, even if just say if you get it in middle school, you may not even understand it because sometimes every kid is different. Like
right.
I'm gonna tell you, like I said, I understood how to read music, but I really did. That shit just clicked in me one day, and everything that I saw just came. It was like fuck, everything that I saw, I just could read. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that as long as the teacher is still focusing on teaching music, that is the main focus of everything. But at the same time, like Ricardo said, nothing's wrong if you give them 3 notes and you say, well, yeah, play the note that I'm playing. You know, nothing's wrong with that. Like what you were saying, right, Ricardo?
Yeah, and also just like reading music is one thing, but interpreting the music is another one.
Mm-hmm.
So like interpreting music, you have to know how to listen. So it's just like if I'm reading a book, you got little kids who can't really read or they just on a certain level. The little boy is, and there's an exclamation point there, but they don't have all the inflections and the nuances, and
Right.
that you only able to apply that and read things with a lot of practice, being able to look ahead, which means you have to have command of the letters and be able to see words on sight, but also know what it sounds like when you asking a question, know what it sounds like when the narrator says something, know what it, and that comes with practice. And usually the most of the time that you're gonna have practice in this area is in a band context, which means that the majority of the stuff you're gonna have is with music,
So so I talked to Jared Powell. I don't think Jared Powell I really want him to come on. But Ricardo, I don't know, me and you the same age. Jared Powell was telling me that in elementary school that they was learning how to play, like he learned how to play trumpet in elementary school. Matt, you experienced the same thing?
What's up, Rock?
When I was in elementary school, we didn't have, the only thing we had was violin class one day a week. We didn't have like band class in elementary
Well,
school.
Louisiana Department of Education, the music thing starts talking about instrumental music band starting at 4th grade and 5th grade. I didn't get in the band until high school when I was at McMain. So, but instrumental music's supposed to start when you start talking about winning percussion band. That's 4th and 5th grade is what is outlined usually in the standards.
He told me that, but because I said, Jared, that wasn't introduced to us. He said that at that particular time they cut funding for elementary schools. So it was for the middle school. So the middle school is crazy because he was telling me this. He said the middle school directors was complaining because it made their job harder when kids got to middle school. So then when the kids got from middle school to high school started changing. And it's crazy because Jared Powell was telling me this stuff, and I was like, damn, I ain't know. And he said that's why when we talk, you got so many different eras, there's so many different things that happen when it comes for us music wise.
Yeah. I remember that happening because I remember being hyped about 4th grade and being like, oh yeah, I can get in the band. And as soon as I got in 4th grade, they was like, yeah, all we have is strings. And then like seemed like almost every year, like when you think you was about to get in, because like I've always been playing drums like since I was born, I think. But it's like seemed like every time I got close, it was like, nah, funding got cut. Luckily I ended up transferring from Orleans Parish to Jefferson Parish. In middle school, I was able to get in band at 6th grade, which was like, it was a godsend, you know what I mean? Because they almost cut the programming again. And it was like, it was going to be 7, basically band starts at 7th grade, you know what I mean, on up. So it's like, it's a lot of funding things that happen, especially like, I'm an ages baby. So, it's like, especially during that time, dude, like it was a lot of stuff happening. It's like now a lot of schools, especially with the charter schools, however the money rolls, that's a different thing. Like we have access to have kids that start in at a younger grade now.
What you got, brother Rock? What you got for us, man? You got something you want to say?
Hold on, real quick. I'm sorry. We gonna get a couple more guests on, brother Ricardo and brother Jamal. But thank y'all
Appreciate
for
y'all.
coming on. Hey man, y'all got anything y'all want to say in
Nah,
closing?
man, I enjoy the conversation. I'm glad that Dad's taking time to have structured conversations around all of these things, and that the kids seeing that even though we talk trash, and that is rooted in that we still serious about moving it forward and actually being musicians. So I appreciate y'all
Facts.
for taking the time to do this, man. So
Thank you
peace.
for coming, bro. Thank you.
All right,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Later.
Ricardo, stay
Yeah,
strong, bro.
yeah, bro. Well, I appreciate being able to come
Blessings.
on, bro. I've been watching since y'all started it. I am gonna leave with this. Just whatever students are watching now, this year is heavily weighted on you.
Yeah, true.
So if you trying to get it, it's on you. Your band directors, they're gonna help you as much as they can, but you really gotta put that work in. But I appreciate y'all.
Hey,
Y'all be cool.
what school
Hit me
you
up
at?
back.
What school you at, Mr. Roger?
I'm at Encore, man.
Okay, I thought that's where you was at. I thought that's where you was at.
All right, bro. Y'all be cool.
Okay. What's going on, brother Rock?
What up, Rashawn?
Benny, what you
What
mean?
was
What's
good?
up? What's up?
You got something you want to say?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
just this one show. I'm gonna leave my Saint Hog hate to the side.
Well, you got your internet working today, huh?
Black internet working. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Sound.
Rock. Say what you got to say.
Y'all can hear me? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
all right. Well, I'll say this: like, my dad started teaching me how to read when I was like 5 years old, and that was just off of percussion music. So like, he would teach me like different, like beats or whatever, that type of stuff. And eventually, like over time, it started going to different values and different time signatures. And I mean, I thank him like shit, like every day, because without him, shit, I don't know where I'd be as far as music. But it was like I don't know it. What's that called? Because of him, you can put any type of music in front of me, and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna play it. Shit. So you can ask Burger. I be an all star, teaching little dudes how to read. Shit, helping him.
Yeah, true.
You be having burger?
Yes, indeed.
Not like that, man.
Man, no, look,
Sometimes.
I know what you're
Hey,
talking
Matt,
about. I
Matt,
know what
you
you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, Rock. Wait, don't leave fall for that. I know what you're talking about.
Matt, you
And look, Rock, they were trying to use that, and look, they already got the emo that I'm saying, so they'll use that and run
But
with
no, like
it.
that
I
nigga
feel like
burger
I feel
all
like
day want to read music and he can help them all stuff band track.
Go ahead, Rock. Say what you got to say, because I'm not letting them do this tonight. I'm not letting them do this
I
tonight.
feel like if a kid is hungry enough, they hungry enough to learn how to play the horn, they can learn how to read music too. Especially with
Man,
the age we in now, it's in your phone. You could just look up what different types of key signatures they got, different type of note values, time signatures, and we got YouTube. You go listen to somebody, a professional trombonist, trumpetist, whatever, drummer, whatever.
Lil Rock, I agree with that, but we also need some old head to pull that young to the side and
Oh
say that
yeah,
shit
yeah.
sound bad. You playing,
Oh
you
yeah,
that's
playing the
true.
right thing,
yeah.
but that
That's
shit
true.
don't sound that good.
If your
Like
That's
tone,
you
why I
need that. You
always
need
say,
somebody to say. You need. It is always said that Joel is
you need
hard on young
somebody.
drummers. It's always said that Joel is hard on New Orleans
we
drummers.
supposed to
There's
be.
no, there's nothing wrong with Joel coming and saying you are fundamentally sound, young whippersnapper, but that shit don't sound good. It don't.
That's
You playing a bunch of rudiments, they sound like ass though.
yeah.
That makes a difference.
That's
That's
like
what's being left out. Is man, you can play everything in the world, but it sound like some
shit.
shit.
Yeah,
That's
Personally,
what
I
I'm
and
saying.
gotta
I'm
then
not
disagree.
disagreeing
tone
with y'all. I'm saying
tone is
learn it
very important.
all. Make sure
I
it
guess
Tone
sound
it's
good though.
different,
playing
man, for
like
horn
you playing
players
a
too,
horn or a
because
drum is important. Because
when
if
we get
I
music,
mean
I always tell cats like
you could
the
like
first
you said
thing
you can
you
play
want to
anything
do.
everything in the world, but if you got bad tone, nobody want to hear that shit.
It's
Yeah.
not
But
different, and
how
that's the
many
problem, Burger.
trombone
It's
players
not
you
no
know with
different.
bad
It's
tone?
the
How many
yeah. That's what I'm
trombone
about to
players you
say.
know that can play but have terrible ass tone?
I
When
know
it's
a
time,
few.
when it's time to learn solos, and
Yeah, I
everybody don't
mean we
sound
all know
alike.
dudes that could play the hell out their horn, but they ain't gonna sound
Facts,
too good because
facts,
niggas
Hey,
ain't
facts.
play that.
answer this question for Finney. Finney, yes, I was talking about in the '90s era. Jared was telling me about how they cut the elementary school program.
Why Jared ass ain't on here?
He's selling. No, man, I can't tell the man, but
Yeah, because I mean, my first band
He
director was
taking care of
Lord
some business. I
Harris.
hollered at him too.
My first band director was Lord Harris at Hines when I was in Lakeview Elementary School. So he also helped me out. That's who got me into like concert band and that type of stuff.
Boy, you
But
went from one bougie ass school to the next, huh? You what?
Go ahead,
What the
Black.
fuck?
Gotta say,
Hey,
Black. Go ahead,
Joel.
Black.
Joel, listen, man. What's your opinion on this? On just what do you attach more importance to? Sounding good or knowing the fundamentals? Or what do you draw that balance?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I say it go hand in hand because you have to know your fundamentals. You
yeah,
have to. You have to know how to read because just like when I came in, I saw some comments. Someone said, when how can you make it in college and you don't know how to read? And that's kind of true. Even and I can attest to that because even when I went to TSU, most of our cadences are written down, but with how the time rolls and how practice moves, you don't have time for everybody to sit up there and line by line because everybody, just like a book, don't read as fast as others. So you got some people who can bleed through that, and you got others who got to take it bar by bar. So we teach it by rote. But Mr. D always comes every year with an audition cadence that he writes. In order to make the line that year, you have to play that cadence. Now he gives us help with some of the crazy rhythms that he does because he plays world percussion and he try to implement that into marching percussion, and it'd be weird, crazy sound rhythms, and you be trying to get that on the time. So he'll help us, but other than that, if you can't read that, you got to sit on the side. But with that, I understand where Matt's coming from because there are people that I've personally seen, they can read their behind off. But when they pick these things up, sound like elementary school.
yeah,
And
I
I be
mean,
like, dude, I be like, hold up, wait, what grade you in? Oh, you in college.
But Black,
That
let me ask you something. You don't think like
that's true, Joe. Because I
you don't
mean,
think over
whether
time
you
that
want a
they can
horn
improve
or
with
a drum,
sound?
in concert band,
hmm?
everybody got to read music.
True,
When
true that.
on a march, everybody has to read the march. Whether you play a
Right.
percussion, so it's like you can't gig on a march. You got to play that march.
Oh, okay. Let me say this. This is and this is where it always seems like I'm throwing shade at youngsters. I'm gonna say this. How many baritone players? When I was in school, baritone was a skill instrument. Number one, it wasn't used as a weapon. It was like a skill instrument that people played runs on and stuff. But let me ask you a question, Burger and Lil Rock, and this is a real question. How many baritone players do y'all know right now with good tone? Because I don't know none. I
Oh,
don't
are
see.
you crazy?
Stop. How
I
many
got
how many
I got
baritone players
mad
do y'all
brothers.
know with
I know
Boy,
dudes
I
in St.
know a
Aug that
lot.
went to
that's
Like
UNT
marching
and
right
held it
now? That's
down.
march.
a lot, a lot.
I don't know many, bro. I don't know
Man,
many.
are
I
you
know some
crazy?
loud ones. I know
I
some
know
loud
some.
ones.
The
I know
Texas
some
I
at
know
Leroy
some
TSU
loud
Jenkins
right
ones.
is
now.
damn near all from
I
St.
know
Aug, and
some
them
at
niggas can
TSU
read and
right
they
now
can play.
that sound amazing on their home.
They got a couple of them in Helen College.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, Matt. You crazy? You gotta
I
get
know
out and
car
hear these
niggas that can
kids.
play and read.
I know some cats, but
I I get out when I was in school, the overwhelming, the resounding sentiment was most baritone players had good tone.
get out
These
of
days,
93 C
mo-
in
the
2020.
the these days these days
I
most
know
baritone players are loud.
I
Most
know
of them
All
don't have good
baritone
I
tone.
know
players are
one I
loud.
know
I
one
never
thing
met a
that
baritone
kind of
player that
shaped
wasn't loud. All of them
baritone
loud.
tone,
It don't matter
especially
what era.
All
over
of
there
them
in
not.
St. Aug.
It don't matter what era in college you
But
go
they
to.
hyper focus on that shit though, Burger. They don't
Yeah.
hyper focus on I should probably sound good at some point.
let me say this right quick. Let me say this. My
Yeah, I
baritone.
feel like
Let me say this.
sometimes
My
range
baritone
has
section.
been
Um,
overemphasized over
it's one of
tone.
the it's one of the best in the city, but nobody sees the concert aspect of them. You feel what I'm saying? Like nobody sees the concert aspect of them. When I tell you, them boys got some hell of a tones. They got some hell of a tone. I ain't gonna lie.
Matt crazy. Matt, I'll put you on some
And that's
baritone
what I'm
players.
saying. I know one
Matt,
thing.
I
You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? I tell you what. We need to have a show then where we get some baritone players to come on and play concert pieces.
We can do
Oh, it's got quiet now. Let's get it.
We can do that.
It's the it got quiet right quick. Let's have a show where we get some baritone players on,
and we should get
and they come and play fucking.
We should get some drummers to come on here to read music. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Can they come from my area? Can they come from Pikachu?
Drummers universal. When I said
Hey,
drummers,
Joel, would you be open to coming on for a show where drummers got to read?
Niggas can read too. A lot of those
Joel, would you? Well, but I'm talking about. No, real talk. Let's have a show where we get some. No, I don't. No, I don't. But they don't be sounding good. No, I don't hate them. Listen, let's have a show. Let's have a show. No, because y'all made a hell of a claim. So I think y'all should have to back this up. I'm willing to back up any day that most of my snatch them dudes that I call on, every one of them be able to read. Now let's have a show. No. Let's have a show because I'm offended by what you just said. Let's have a show. No, I'm pissed off. Let's have a show. Let's have a show where we get we have a show where we get baritone players to come on and read concert pieces. They might get through that shit, but they gonna sound bad. That's real.
I'm gonna tell you what's real. I'm gonna tell you what's Matt. I'm gonna tell you. I think what has happened over time. And we had a lot of
man crazy. We not gonna get on here and bash old school.
I'm telling you, the upright
listen.
Old niggas.
I'm not bashing old. I'm saying the old ones was the ones that could do it. I'm saying these new dudes, they look at the fucking baritone as a pair of nunchucks. That it's a weapon. It's not looked at as, you know what I mean? That shit.
Who started that? Huh? Who started that shit?
Kennedy started that shit.
Bergen them. That's who started it.
Man, you listen. No, Matt is a hater, bro. Matt is a for sure hater on new school. I've been trying to tell y'all. Matt
Kennedy and Tupac started all that.
Bro, when Dell been on here, you don't have a chance to say nothing yet.
Say, Rock, don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Nah, I ain't saying nothing.
Matt about to make me blow a fuse.
Oh, Lord.
Got a baby cutting up. Even the baby know you full of shit.
Go ahead, Wendell, bro.
No, what you was about to say, what happened over time, Johnny? I think you was about to hit on it.
I said what happened over time with far as baritone, man. People came up with like the horns, bro. Like you had the uprights, which I ain't gonna lie, they made baritone players have some beautiful sound. Then you had the fucking marching baritone, where that shit was just ignorant.
It just went blasting.
Came in. It's more ignorant.
Yeah.
I think what Matt failed to realize is his era, baritone was loud, stupid loud. This era just took it to another level with the euphonium. Baritone.
They took it to another poo-ass level because they sound like ass on them. They took it to a poo-ass level. They don't care about tone, dog. Y'all don't give a damn about Tom Berger. You've been discounting it for hours now. I feel like every word you say. No, well, I'm just saying you don't give a shit. Now, see, Berger, I ain't gonna do this. You don't give a fuck about sound. Excuse my French. You don't give a shit about sounding good, Berger. All you care about is tiki, and then overblowing. That's what y'all want to hear from baritone. You want to hear him play any old goddamn thing. Long as it's loud, you proud. That's how you see it.
That's not true.
Well,
that's how Berger see it. That's how Berger see it. You don't want him to sing, but you don't give a damn.
That's what you're hearing. And your
old that's what you saying.
The wax out your ear, your old ass can hear. I didn't say that.
Whoever started the turning the baritones to the side, that's what started the ignorance.
They got a video of a whole battle of the band. Skinny baritone going crazy, the whole battle of the band.
Go ahead, Wendell. No, Matt. Don't let Matt talk. Go ahead, Wendell.
No, I want to hear what Wendell got to say. That is the ignorant piece of shit that I don't want to hear right now.
Go, Wendell.
Nah, just to piggyback off what Johnny said, just think about if all the schools went back to upright baritones, that would change the.
They don't make them no more.
How the baritone section.
They don't make them no more, Mr. Wendell.
No, they do. They make them.
Okay, that's cool. I'm just saying.
They still do.
I'm just saying.
This son of a bitch said they don't make them no more.
Say no,
Why
we've been
y'all
using
don't give a
we've been
damn?
using the same one
Look,
for since
no,
the
so
'90s. So I mean, that's why I said
so
I
so
didn't
look,
debate them
Listen
no
here.
more.
Listen
so
here.
look,
Listen here,
look
Rock.
on the
Listen
main
here, Rock.
topic though.
We here, Rock. Don't worry about them. We here.
On the main topic, I'm gonna just say this: like what Matt's saying is very important. Like learning how to play by rote, by ear, having that sense of tone, having like some of these bands that got perfect pitch and stuff. You practice that. That is very important, especially to like if you're gonna go into a career like brass band. You can't solo if you don't have that ear. You know what I'm saying? So it is important. And for instance, like if you try to get a classical player, somebody playing in the orchestra, you cannot get them to gig with us on a brass band gig because all they know how to do is read. You know what I'm saying? So yes, tone and that ear thing, that is very important. But going back to the reading and the fundamental thing, if you can't do that, you're gonna only be a brass band player for the most part. Yeah, there are a very few that make it to that elite level without knowing how to read. But just like like you said, Matt, you got 2 gigs that year because you knew how to read. You know, being in the South, the music scene is more of a gig in place. But if you in the North, it's gonna be more likely you're gonna get gigs that require you to read. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like for
I gig in
orchestras,
New York
for
all the
big
time.
bands.
What you talking about?
I'm saying
The
for
reading
orchestras.
gigs was in the
Say
South.
black. Say black. Black. You
Orchestra.
do both.
I put
Black did marching band and Black do the jazz band. I want to know, like, do cats with you don't know how to read? Is there cats in y'all band that can't read at all?
In our brass
you,
band.
you,
Yes,
you
Man,
go
man.
I
first,
They
got a
can't
Joel.
read
brass
no
band that
music.
don't even know what notes they playing. I'm gonna tell you like this,
That
dog. That's
shit
one of the
is
reasons.
crazy.
Listen to
That is
this. Listen to this.
crazy.
In
They
my
so
brass band,
cold with
everybody
their
know how to
ear.
read because
Listen to
everybody
me.
was
Man,
in marching
They
band.
got dudes so cold with their ear, like for real, that they could get out there and hit a whole gig and sound like Sweetwater. I'm telling you, but they don't really know what they playing, and that limits you though. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you like this. We as the Hot Eight Brass Band, this is one of our stories. We were with a very high. This is what drove me to college too, to go learn my craft. We were with a very high caliber star. I'm not gonna even say who it was, right? But because we couldn't take it to a certain level, we lost that. We lost out. And now you see how they just still doing their big thing, but that opportunity was early in our career. I'm telling you, we were shooting like video shoots. We had sneaker deals and stuff like that, dog. But because we couldn't take it to a certain level, dog, we lost out, bro, because we were limited in the things that we could do. Now that made us like strive for excellence, and we got a couple of Grammy nominations after that. But I'm just saying, bro, like you are limited to what you can do
I'm all right. Cold.
if you can't
Look,
read.
what- look,
That's
look
all I'm
what
saying.
Buddha did. Look what Buddha said.
I'm saying, like, I don't mean no disrespect when I say this. Like, I had a conversation with my host, and it's people that been doing brass band for years that can't read, and that shit crazy because they surrounded by so many greats. Like, how can you be around all them great ass people and not say, "Hey, bro, I'm not strong at reading. Can you help me?"
Because it's not always necessary to read.
Man,
Joel, I
man,
understand that everybody in your band and your
listen, man,
brass
hold on,
band can
man. I
read.
need to, I
How
need to say
often do
this.
y'all have to read music?
How
How
can you
often do
say
somebody
it is
say,
not
I'm
important
bringing this
for
song to the
y'all
band?
listen to
No,
know
wait,
how
let me
to
ask
read?
you know, because you asked the wrong thing. We're not talking about ability. Joel, how many times when y'all present a piece of music to the brass band, is it charted out, then somebody going and y'all got to read it off a chart?
But dog, brass bands are
Well,
struggling
there is this
financially,
one
bro.
guy in our brass
Never.
We
band.
fighting for the scraps.
He
We fight for the scraps on the street as far as
he does
gigs
bring
because
he
we
does
can't
bring
do
his
nothing
music on
else.
paper.
You understand what I'm saying, dog?
Say, sound
Man,
like black. Sound
listen
like
to me.
y'all got a professional brass band, and what some of these cats doing by letting these cats in these bands that cannot read music and not even trying
Dog,
to help
no,
them. That's crippling
but
them.
no. These are the
Professional only mean no. Burger, professional only means you get paid for what you do. That's what professional means. At the moment somebody gives you $5 to do a
Oh,
job,
we
you're
overusing the
officially
word
a
professional.
professional.
So let me say, okay, let me say,
But what
all
I'm
No,
right, let me
I'm
say
saying,
just
this.
like,
that's a real thing.
brass band
If you
literally.
talk about brass
Listen,
band, go ahead, Wendell. I got a good point, dog, because
brass
I'm about to break this shit
brass
down.
band musicians. Look, speaking of $5, compared to another musician who's doing some type of other higher level gig, brass band musicians literally get $5. That's why we fighting over $250 gigs. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
And you got 7 people
brass
on a line.
brass band. No. Brass band's not getting now. See you on to something else. Brass band's not getting that kind of
I'm
money
trying to tell you that. I
because
ain't telling you nothing I don't
no.
know.
Well, no, I'm about to tell you what I know though. Brass band's not getting that kind of money because what they have is not valuable. Brass bands get that kind of money because they don't know how to market what they have. I say this all the time, and I mean it when I say it.
I understand
More
that.
brass bands need to stop having as many band rehearsals, and they need to start having more business meetings.
And they be
And
looking
come,
dirty too. That's what the problem
yeah,
is.
they come.
They be fucking
Your whole
unprofessional,
band show
looking
up smelling
dirty,
like
and want you
man.
to
They
pay them $800, come in that bitch with them big ass t-shirts on. No, that
Hey,
don't
bro.
roll like
yeah.
that.
Hey, real
You
shit.
Not
get what you
everybody, but a lot of
yeah.
them.
And
They
When we
look
talk
right.
about
and
that's
they need
the
to
let's talk about
they
the
need to
musical
show they
aspect
need to
of
know
it.
their work.
Hey, bro, let me say this. Miguel,
Know your work.
you said something, and I think it's a lot of what you said kind of went over a lot of people's head. As far as brass band, the one thing people really don't know, and it's not. I mean, reading music is important. The theory, music theory, understanding chord structure, understanding like the ninths and 11ths and all that stuff. That's
Right.
real important when it comes down to like brass band and everything. You know, like as far as
You
like
can't
knowing
even go
your
there if you
music,
can't read.
yeah. So when you saying trying to take your brass band to the next level, that's the part that when Dal was talking about. Like you got to understand the theory part of things when it comes down to like
You can't.
for the
It's hard
music
to even
thing.
play traditional music if you don't have that fundamental. You know what I'm saying? Because the chord changes are moving so much, and you have to understand
Mm-hmm.
what's
Yeah,
actually going on. If you don't
but
understand what's actually going on, that's the horn players that sound like poo when they soloing, and you know those guys too.
bro, when I tell you what helped me with brass band, believe it or not, was growing up in old traditional church. I'm gonna be real with you because most of the time the more traditional songs came from old traditional church, like church and
That's how you
145,
got that ear.
like just understanding the chord structure, like that really helped me with rap. But that's theory. Like some dudes be playing, like he say, don't know what they playing. But if you trying to put out an album, you gotta understand that theory aspect of things. You have to understand the theory aspect of things.
Exactly.
Hey,
I'm not
let me
saying
ask y'all a question. When they cutting them albums, are they cutting them with no music? I just
say it
want to
No
know
again.
that.
music.
I can answer
I
that.
don't know. That's
I
why
can
I'm
answer
asking.
that.
No
I don't
music.
know. I didn't know that.
No music.
I can answer that. There ain't no music. Now the intellectual property of that song is owned by somebody. Like that's somebody's property. But no, that's not made with no music.
The reason
Um
why I
Somebody
say
wants
that,
to
You
talk
can
Matt,
about
make it
the
in the
I
brass
can
genocide.
go
band
back to
world.
your
You
story.
can
You
make it in the
said you
brass
read.
band world without knowing.
Matt
I was
said
just
he
saying you
did
can make
two
it in the brass
gigs.
band world. Go ahead, Berger. Go ahead,
Matt
bro.
said he did 2 gigs where he had to know how to read. And I say because he know how to read, he was successfully able to do those gigs. What if you didn't know how to read and that tape was
Burger.
about you? You was gonna be put up in the fucking.
That same year, Burger, that same year you picked out two. That same year I probably played 300 gigs.
But I'm
I
saying
mean
those
we gonna
two
pick out the
gigs,
two I read up.
those 2 gigs because you were able to read, you were able to do. So if
Hey,
it's
Hey,
two nine
Burger,
eight,
if I wouldn't have played them two
Look,
gigs,
if you
if I
couldn't
wouldn't have
read, it was
played them two
298
gigs,
that year.
if I wouldn't have played them 2 gigs, I wouldn't have been in the soup line though. Let me say that also.
look. I
I
would
wouldn't have been
say
in the soup line.
for drummers it's a little bit different because you're not back
Yeah,
there
I
reading
guess I'm
music. It's
looking at
more
it from
about
a
the
horn player
grooves and
perspective too.
from a
And
horn
then
player's
Matt said
perspective.
that they never
It,
had no music for cadence. That's crazy. I guess being a horn player is different. We always got music. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But
Robert,
y'all
can
don't
you
always sound good playing it though, because a lot of y'all have bad tone, which is why
Robert,
I'm looking
That's
forward to
fine.
having the
I agree. I agree with you. I'm not gonna agree with you. Every horn player don't sound good. But I'm
a
not
lot
about
of
to
them.
nitpick. I'm not about to say every drummer don't sound good because I really don't give a fuck about drums. If you really want to be honest.
Robin, could you put up Glenn Andrews' thing when he asked Matt to elaborate on the business side? He wants you to elaborate on the business side, what you were talking about, Matt. You're on mute.
Let me see his question, and then I elaborate on it.
Remember you was talking about the brass band, and he said most brass you have meetings about they practice on music when they need to be practicing on the business side of things.
Okay. Let me when she put his, I just want to make sure. Let me try to find it in the comments.
All he said was, let Matt say it's the business side.
Man, let Matt say it's the business. Okay, I see your comment.
So we're in the loudness warfare, fellas. We're in the loudness war, fellas.
Hey, so Glenn, let me hip y'all. Let me hip you to what the deal is. A lot of with I play with a cover band. I saw somebody in the comments say that I think it was Parker Shy, that New Orleans, that brass bands don't make money because they don't have original scores. It's a bunch of wedding bands around Dallas. Joel got a chance to see the sit in with one of them with me before down in Houston. I went down there. Nobody in those bands make less than $100,000.
But hey, I got a baritone player clip that I'm about to let Robin play.
Okay.
Let him rap.
Wait, nobody. Let me finish what I'm saying. Nobody in those bands make less than $100,000, and they are exclusively cover band gigs. They cover other people's music. The reason why brass bands are so let me tell you the kind of things these bands do. Instead of having practice 4 or 5 times a week, they have literal cold call sessions where a couple members of the band just call businesses. Hey, y'all need a band for Christmas? Y'all need a band for this? 4th of July coming up, this coming up. They just get on the phone and they call people. So a lot of times brass bands musicians in general, this is not about brass bands, musicians in general, they focus so much on we need to put out as much content as we can versus we need a business plan. Who is our target audience? If it's 30 brass bands playing, that 30 people in New Orleans that got brass bands in New Orleans, how many of y'all think y'all gonna gig Saturday? Not that many. How many you think you're gonna gig Sunday? It's 30, 40 of them. So what you got to do is call businesses all over the world, call businesses everywhere, and see what they got going on. See what they see where they have you. See where they fly you out. New Orleans is the epicenter of second line music. It's the epicenter of marching jazz bands. Nobody can duplicate what New Orleans has going on unless they're from the city. So that should be marketed that way. You want the real thing, you want authenticity, then this is the way to go. And that's what's not happening. All they have is band practice. We're gonna learn as much music as we can. No business plan.
Remember,
no business plan. Well, but let me say this though. I have to go get a manager. I got a manager. A manager would change a lot of that for them. They need some kind of managing agent.
A lot of them do their thing, but they're not professional as far as the look of the band.
But he's saying everything they come together. Matt's saying something deep.
Most definitely. But I feel
listen. That the reason why, if you want to be able to make money, you have to go where you're most useful. My ship didn't come in New Orleans. My ship came when I moved from New Orleans and I went somewhere where they found more value. I was the same drummer I was there, but you gotta go where you pop. All of these bands, Big Sam and the Funky Nation, they did a beautiful thing when they said, "Let me take this show on the road." How many more times could they have played Woofendales or whatever other club is on Bourbon and Rampart and Frenchman? Get the fuck out of there and go somewhere else where they find value in what you do and they'll pay you more. Bands around New Orleans literally drive the market down on each other because if you got a band and I got a band, Burger, we're gonna come do the same thing.
Right.
So in order for me to get a gig from you, what I gotta do is I gotta say, man, well, I charge $50 less than you. Literally. The people
I'm not gonna do that.
Well, you're not gonna do that. It happens every day though in the band world.
And that's what's wrong. Instead of presenting yourself, first of all, I'm gonna present something that I know you're not gonna be able to do.
But he right.
No, you can't. Burger, you are you gonna get your trombone and y'all gonna do somersaults? Like Burger, you're not gonna music is music. No. Music is music, Burger. You gotta go where you value. Maybe your ship is not even in America. Maybe your ship is overseas. Maybe it's abroad. But everybody want to keep it real and play here. Man, listen, if your ship is, I'm going to holler at some of these firms out in Vegas and try to pick up me a residency at a casino, then that's your ship. Get the fuck out of there. Pack your shit up. Ain't nothing happening for you. You bet you might be making $30,000-$40,000 a year playing music. But then pack your shit up and get the fuck out of there. Go somewhere where they find. No, you're not. You saying this about profession. You saying
the professionalism is most definitely gonna tie into all that. First of all, all our brass band is nigga bands. Let's keep it real. The only band that really separate themselves may be Rebirth and Soul Rebel. And if I missed anybody, everybody else is a nigga band.
Define nigga band. Define that.
You know what a nigga band is? Niggas that's gonna show up in jeans and t-shirts with a home.
Pop-up second line band.
Niggas gonna show up in jeans and t-shirts with a home. And go cut up.
I have a bunch of gigs that I have a bunch of gigs that I play with gigs and t-shirts on. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's time for you to dress up. Don't you dress up? If they
I do. If those guys have the opportunity to dress up, the thing is they're not getting the opportunity to dress up.
Nobody. Them niggas will come to your shit looking like niggas. And then I ain't the only one that said it. If you can say what you want.
I think what Matt is saying though is like in New Orleans, the value can go up also. Right, Matt? It can go up, right? But if more people it will slow out of town, like he's saying, you will get more. You'll get more. Like in New Orleans, if you say, they call me say $350 for a gig, you call somebody else say $300. It's like you still keep selling yourself short because you selling in New Orleans. Versus if you call for businesses out of town, or you can see out of town, you can get more. I see what Matt's saying. That's some real deep shit with Matt.
They pigeonhole themselves. Those you talking about a few bands that lack professionalism. To say that the resounding, overwhelming musician population lacks professionalism.
Very true. You very true. Johnny right there. If I'm lying, Johnny, stop me.
So most of them lack professionalism?
Most of them do lack professionalism. It's the goddamn truth.
Most second line bands lack professionalism.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Stop, man. Most of them don't lack.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on the nigga.
Hey, I'm about to take a survey in the comments. In the comments, do y'all think most second line bands around New Orleans lack professionalism?
I mean, we know they nigga bands.
I'm not talking about your band. I'm talking about the population. Do y'all think most second line bands? I'm looking in the comments right now while y'all talking.
I'm gonna say this. Like when you were talking about authenticity. Okay, if we got all the bands in New Orleans, right? If we go out of New Orleans, that's more money for you because you somewhere where they want New Orleans. So if them 30 bands, if everybody go to Florida, California, New York, if somebody pick a state and go, you making all your money because that's what niggas want. That's what them old white guys are gonna be making their money.
The white bands down here
come on here, man.
The white bands down here sucking up the culture, making their money. So hey, I know we can do it if they can do it. What they doing that we not doing?
So Burger he's correct on some stuff he's saying. He's correct.
What the white man's doing that we not doing? I know music wise they can't touch us.
They have a better business plan. They have the shit together.
I believe. But when they play that music, we didn't all saw a second line band do a wedding in the middle of Canal Street and heard the band and been like, oh my God. And they probably paid $1,500 for that. And it sounded like a funeral. That's not authentic. That's not authentic New Orleans.
Ooh, white New Orleans.
Wallace, you serious? Damn. Look what Wallace put in the comment. Man, I can't believe that, Wallace.
What he said?
He seen a bit of a brass band playing at dinner with t-shirts and jeans on.
No.
Dang. That's wild, man.
Woo, Lord.
I can't see that comment. I don't know if mine coming on later. What?
Hey, yo. Joe Johnson won't come on. Yep, one of y'all let him on.
Let Joe come on, man. We want to hear what Joe got to
Hey,
say.
let Glenn Finister come on too if he want to come on.
Yeah,
That
Glenn,
brother, he do this.
Glenn
do this.
Say no,
Yeah,
He went to say now. All right, well,
yeah,
he needs to.
that's all three of us.
And he's very professional. That's why
Yeah,
he get a lot of bid.
listen,
Well, Glenn can play his ass off too, though.
He can play his ass off. He a different dude. He been can play his ass off.
He a beast.
Matt, don't do it. I saw the face. Don't do it.
You know what y'all?
Matt,
Y'all
do it.
might
I
be
saw
talking
your face.
professionalism, but y'all also taught some other stuff at St. Aug that I'm.
We taught how to take your face. Yeah, I know.
Tell your dad to make sure the next time I come to the house, he'll size me up. Because I didn't say nothing about man, I'm gonna put me out of his house thinking I be talking about St. Aug bad on the shoe.
So we went to Brad's, man. We shouldn't have went to we were supposed to be talking about.
Hey, I have no problem with the
So what happened to the reading music versus playing music aspect? What happened to that topic?
You saw what
what happened to this? They started talking about making money, and my point was you don't have to know how to read music to play money.
Listen here,
I mean, you don't have to know how to.
While we wait on Joe to come on,
well, I mean, if you playing with like professional orchestras and that type of stuff, you making money.
While we wait on Joe to come on, I got a baritone player clip that I want Matt to hear.
You talking about the one where O'Boy was playing the march?
No. That dude not even from here. There's somebody from New Orleans. That I want Matt expertise on this clip.
Don't put no bogus shit on. From none of these.
Play the clip.
Toe up lip cleft.
Damn, I ain't no baritone players could do that from New Orleans.
The brother sounded good. Okay, but you find one dude. I'm saying
you think I can find 20 more on that one. I can find
you gonna find. Okay, listen. I tell you what, Burger. Since you want to shit on that, then I bet you can. I can find more snare drum. I can find more drummers in general that can read music than you can find baritone players with good tone.
I don't believe that.
I know that for a fact. Rock, can you come on and read a piece for us?
Listen, Rock, don't fall into that trap with Matt. Please
don't. Come on and read.
Me reading on the horn or him on the drum?
No, I'm talking. Oh, I forgot we got two Rocks on. Hey, Rock, can you come on and read it? Can you come on and read a piece on snare drum for us?
How many snare drummers that you gonna get to come on that's gonna sound good?
I can find 10. I can find 10 snare drummers right now.
It's okay if I invite Miguel on.
The Lord told a lot, find 10 good men.
No, it's okay if I invite Miguel on to play a solo.
Miguel ain't on here. Miguel can read.
No, you a petty boy. It sounds good. Can I bring Miguel on?
Miguel, you know what? None of the pieces that Miguel got to play gonna be fat. Man, listen.
The reason why I say that is because I see these dudes trash the man every day. And I say the stuff he be playing don't be bad to me. Every time I see him play, I be like,
his drum sound bad.
But I see 40, 50 comments saying the man sound bad. So now that I'm saying, I just want to show them the hypocrisy and the bullshit.
Sometimes the instrument, sometimes it's the approach.
I just want to show them.
It's a fucking drum. That motherfucker.
It's the drum. Rock. Rock. Do you think we could find 10 drummers that can read music to come out here?
Ask him why he playing with personally.
I know personally. I can.
Don't fall for that. Ask him why he playing with
a lot of them from my era.
Because he hates us. You got
a lot of them from my era. Man, a lot of them, man. I know so many drummers that can read. All of this bullshit about drummers can't read. Y'all gotta stop saying that shit too. That's not real.
Oh, bitches said that. We didn't say these niggas couldn't read.
You actually have quite a few of them in the group. Myself,
look, I don't want
myself, Wallace Fisher, David Wallace, Frog,
sound like all
Eddie Christmas, you, Matt,
Ben,
Sean Cannon, Joel. I could keep naming people.
Rock, we don't care about no
here's my thing. You
the
can't
ratio?
say drummers can't
Hold
read
on.
because they got horn players that can't read.
What's the
Fact.
ratio?
Fact. The thing
Rock,
is, we don't care.
Rock. How many people, Rock, when your brass band learn music, do they bring out sheet music when y'all learn y'all music?
No. No. No.
Man, you ain't right.
I don't play. I gig every now and then. I don't play regular no more like I was. My mindset is different. I'm more business minded, and if you're not business minded, I gotta move on.
Oh, you sound like that right now.
Yeah, the daddy and the son right here. We ain't even acknowledge that.
Got the daddy and the son on here.
But nah, man, that thing. This is what I want you to go find, and this is my issue. We're gonna have a show where we allow baritone players to come on.
Don't come on. I'm gonna tell them don't come on.
Well, why? Because you a piece of shit. That's what I'm talking about, Burger. No. Because you a piece of shit. I knew it.
I'm gonna tell them don't come on.
Burger, you a piece of shit. I knew it from the Burger. Everything. You wrong for that.
Y'all know I got that pull like that. If I tell my dogs don't come on, they're not coming on.
Good, because if they'd have brought their sad asses on here, I'd have told every one of them, this is your king? This the shit you wanted to present us?
Yup.
This sound like ass.
Yup.
That's what I would have to say.
Listen, what he not about to do is get me into horn versus drummer beef, because I fuck with a lot of drummers. So what Mac not about to do is put me
No. I'm not trying to get on no beef though. But find me. Hey, Burger. Let's have a show where we allow horn baritone players that came up after 2012 to come on and read classical pieces.
We don't care what
Why we can't do that?
We don't care. Whatever y'all did.
Why we can't do that? Why can't we have that show? I'm telling you now, I can round up a bunch of snare drummers that can come on and read music.
And guess what I'm gonna tell you? Man. You can find more snare drummers who can read music than I can find horn players who can sound better. I'm telling you, you probably can.
You gotta stop.
Usually huge as fuck. So I believe it.
You gotta stop calling Burger a piece of shit.
Burger is a piece of shit because let me tell you why I'm saying it. Burger is a piece of shit because when I put his feet to the fire and said, bring them cleft lip, no plan, snagging tooth, sounding fucking baritone players on here with that terrible tone, he was like, he gonna tell them all not to come.
All right, I'm about to be so messy. I'm about to be messy. I know some snare drummers that can read, but when it comes to tenor drum players, I don't know about that.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I know some tenor drums that can read their ass off, but also that couldn't tell you what an 8 note is.
I'm gonna get quiet on that one. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
I'm gonna get quiet on that one.
Leave that alone.
Ben already took care of them. That's a little bass drum.
I know some bass drum players that can read.
Ben took care of the tenors already.
So, but Ben need
help. And then
that brother need help.
How many drummers can play the timpani? How many drummers can play the timpani?
Well, it all depends on what you were talking
Matt Francis.
Your background, your training.
About this concert,
I can play timpani.
We ain't never talked.
Wallace Fisher, I know.
Hey, Rock, you know what's crazy? Is they naming stuff that was commonplace in like when we was in school.
I mean, that shit was.
This is common
the
stuff.
Band director put the best on those instruments.
Who played timpani at Kennedy, man? You.
I played timpani. Christmas played timpani. It was a dude. Rest in peace. JB played timpani. Giovanni. There's a lot of cats that played timpani when I was there.
But Johnny, did you say they didn't have a concert band after that?
Let me say this.
My best friend played timpani at Kennedy. His godfather played timpani at Kennedy. Keith Stevens.
Okay.
He graduated with me. He's in the group. He played timpanis. Played timpanis at graduation and at Kennedy.
Concert band is not just playing at graduation.
Oh no. a
I'm
show,
just,
So who
concert.
you trying to play at graduation, Johnny?
I'm not saying that's all I'm saying.
Listen,
No,
Johnny,
because
if you come for Kennedy,
wasn't
I'm
no
on
school
your
I went
ass.
to.
Or you
No
saying
school I
public?
went
No
to.
school up. Well, no school up with. Man, listen. When we had a concert band that concerted. Period. Y'all heard our doc came on here talking.
I'm not saying.
Okay, let me correct something. I see a comment that needs correction. Everybody mute their mic. Let me.
You're right,
Okay,
Frog.
Oh Lord,
there's this thinking that percussionists are somehow a greater, a better drummer. A percussion. Let me. It's we're gonna take it to school.
No.
Percussionist simply means you play something other than drum kit.
Other than a single drum, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
percussionist doesn't mean
well,
you're a better drummer. Like we gotta stop saying
no,
that. That's not.
no. I disagree, Matt. I disagree. I
Oh, I'm not
disagree.
talking about my opinion or your opinion. I'm talking about what Webster say. Percussionist is somebody.
Okay.
So
A
Man
percussionist,
said Webster.
like you hear a lot of times. Some of y'all drummers and some of y'all percussionists. Well, they right. The drummers are the ones that play drum set. If you don't play drum set, you're playing percussion. Like, stop with that. Drummers are not better. Percussionists are not better drummers. That is so ignorant. Stop saying that.
No.
It doesn't line up.
I think they're talking about the mindset.
Yeah, but
That's
they
what I'm talking about.
they misusing the word though. It's being misused. Now, don't take my word on it. Don't debate me on this. Whoever's saying that, get in the dictionary and look it up. It's not. It's just not true. It's not a real thing.
You're right.
And then snare you're
Yeah.
so you play cymbals and snare, you're a percussionist?
If you play cymbals and snap, you
No.
play triangle. You by Webster's definition, you're a percussionist. Yep.
Fuck with Webster said. Fuck with Webster said.
Right. No.
I mean, I think you know what I think. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I had a
group for years bragging on being percussionists
because they're ignorant. They don't know no better. They don't have a good. They don't have.
been letting them do it for years.
Because the Bible says, the Bible says, let he who is ignorant be ignorant still. I don't get in some of that. Like that's in the Holy Grail. But I think because the word percussionist is bigger than the word drummer, they think that is something deep, and it's really not.
316.
Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Until I got to be like 22, I thought the word was cadence. Cadence.
It's
That ain't the word. Yes. Yeah, but we gonna run 3 cadence. It ain't no damn cadence.
Because drummers say cadence. Percussionist says cadences.
Hey,
Lady, don't stop it, Rock. It's not you.
Can we get all these drummers out? They're getting on my nerves, please.
Say, bro.
Hold up.
Boy,
Real
go
quick.
get on the treadmill. You
What Joe got to say? Let's see what Joe got to say, man. We really get on.
Hold up, real quick. Ricardo, a cymbal player is a drummer. He's not a percussionist. That's correct.
But, no, hold up. No. If you play snare cymbals, you're not, in my eyes, you're not a fucking percussionist.
Well, that's because you don't want to align yourself with the thinking of
Not a
what
percussionist. We just said
you're technic. You're the definition of Johnny. Don't take my word. Go look it up, please.
Johnny,
hold up,
Johnny,
but real quick.
Is cymbals not part of the percussion family?
Bro,
it is.
Not to. If you went to Abe, nope. Not if you went to Abe. If you went to Abe, you just bam them. You bam.
Hold up.
I heard the wasn't though.
Hold up. I'm a cymbal player. Goddamn it. Hold up. Shit.
I didn't say it. I think you're a percussionist.
Cymbals, dog.
But no, real quick, Johnny. I came on to say
I'm not watching
everything real quick. Y'all said about brass bands was true, and this is stuff I've seen firsthand. Brass bands in the city, and it's not every brass band. They don't know how to do the business side of things, and I've heard this from event planners. I have my own group that I'm a owner of, Black Magic Drumlines. Ain't no way Black Magic should be doing other things a brass band could be doing, because we're a drumline. What a drumline doing playing at a wedding?
It's the way you present yourself.
Exactly. It's the presentation. It's the experience that you get, which is why they be booked. Now, I will say, I call bullshit on that you make more outside of New Orleans thing, because I could tell you from personal experience, no, I made more actually in some cases in New Orleans than I have out of town.
I've had better paying gigs out of town than I have in New Orleans.
I will say this without disclosing too much. We got flown to Denver for over 10 grand. Now, that's because if you ever look at our drum line, we play New Orleans cadences. We play our own too, but our base is New Orleans cadences. That's how we started. We started at Xavier University, you know, playing New Orleans cadences.
That's you. Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, for sure.
Props, you know, and it's a marketing thing, bro. You got to know the business side. These, you know, not to talk about or get racial, these white folks is not gonna get down with you if you're not about your business. Burger is right. Presentation is everything. Coming to a gig sometimes smelling like weed loud as a motherfucker will turn an event planner away.
Don't talk about the niggas be full of the dope. Loaded at the gig. That shit is embarrassing.
Hold up.
You loaded at a
Hold
gig.
up. Say that for the brass band show.
I'm just saying real quick. I had to get that out, so I said let me on real quick.
At somebody wedding.
You know.
With on in a t-shirt and mad because I said something.
And real quick too, Matt is right too. A set drummer rarely gets sheet music. If you get sheet music, it will be a once in a 1 millionth time that we got sheet music. So to answer the main question, is live as full? Both play a part. You do need both.
I agree with that. Hey, I play. I got like about 4 or 5 bass players that I play all over the world with, and I can tell you right now, when both us show up to the gig, the guitar player, nobody, the dude on keys, everybody knows the number system. Nobody is handing us a piece of music. They be like, go to the 1, now go to the 4, now go to the 5. All right, now give me an 11 card right there, keyboardist. Now give me they not, nobody's handing them a piece of music. No. And saying like it's just not a real thing. I'm not saying that reading music is not important. I'm saying it's you better know how to sound good and play by ear too. That's all. Let me say that.
But you have to want it though. You have to want it, and if you want it bad enough, you'll learn it on your own. You can learn shit the way technology works nowadays. You can learn music on your own without a teacher, and I've seen it done before. I've definitely seen it done before. However,
hey, we want to hear from Lil Ja. We had Ja on here. He ain't say the word. Yeah. What's going on, Ja? What you got to say, man?
Come on, McMahon.
Ja about to have McMahon baritones, right, huh?
Yeah, Ja. I better hear McMahon baritones because Matt felt like, you know,
you play baritone, Ja?
He played baritone.
Ja is a friend of the show, man. I didn't even mean to say this, but listen, I don't mean no shade, but I'm gonna need you to come on. We're gonna have a show in a couple weeks where we get y'all to come on and read a classical piece of music, and your tone will be critiqued.
Talk to me, Josh. Ja, you need to talk to
me. Oh, y'all definitely not gonna be able to read play classical and it sound good. Trombone players. Look at Berger them. Berger ain't got a classy.
No, I'm talking about
Berger's a piece of shit. Berger ain't got a classy bone in his body. Berger gonna come on and play loud. Berger loud.
You hear this, Rock? Rock, you hear this? You hear
Berger,
this?
you loud, dog. I peeped your style. You pumping watts.
I'm talking about.
But if niggas if nigga asks Berger to come up, any of you Lil Rock, play something sweet. You're gonna be like, I didn't even know the horn could do that. It can make a sweet sound. Yes. That's a real thing.
Don't fall for that bullshit he's talking about.
We having a show. Come on and play something classical.
Hey, bro, Chris, put Chris. Oh, go ahead, John. My bad. Let Chris.
Go ahead, John. What you got to say, man?
Yeah, definitely Chris.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
I was about to say it's better to hear by ear instead of playing sight reading music, cause like anybody could hear and just play something. Like sight reading, you just really got to based off people. You just got to look at the music, sheet music, especially if you're a beginner. See, when I was a beginner and Lavo, back in 2009, I joined a band. I played trumpet. I really didn't know how to play it, and I blew into the horn. And then I just started hearing music from my teacher, and he started playing some songs and all that. And then we started hearing it. He got straight to the point and just started playing.
Go to Neil.
But
let me ask you something, John. You plan on going to college playing your horn?
Absolutely.
But John,
no. I'm asking a serious question.
But John,
I know you know how to read, but I want you to take sight reading serious. If you plan on going to college and being in a collegiate band,
definitely.
sight reading is something that's very important and instrumental to you going to the next level after high school.
Hold up, Ja.
Hey, but Lil Ja, if you want to make this money, sound good playing what you play too.
Let me correct something you
Matt
said.
sound like Suge Knight.
I don't want people to get.
Matt sound like
Suge
Suge Knight.
in the video.
You won't get on this gig and make all this money. Fuck these college bands.
Matt sound like Suge Knight, man.
From the Dallas.
Hey, Ja, he still was teaching you how to read music, though, right?
Did your band direct that live on
because they're gonna take what you say and go left.
It goes hand in hand.
Hey, Ja, I want to put a stigma out. I heard y'all didn't have music stands at Renew. Please put that to rest of it. Because somebody say y'all didn't have music stands. I need you to put that to rest.
Lord.
Did y'all have music stands?
Somebody said we didn't have music stands. Oh, they must be telling you lies because everybody hate Renew. I don't understand why. Like, that's my school. And you know we the best. Like nobody can mess with us in middle school. So I mean,
real, I respect you, Ja. You put it to rest, and that's all I care about. So they had music stands. So shut y'all mouth.
So Chris said something about the number system. Could you put that back up there, Robin? He said, "What about?" So I'm gonna just tell you the first thing I learned about the number system was the 1-4-5 chord. If you learn your scales on piano. The 1-4-5 chord. That's the first thing that I learned as far as the number system. And then you learn more and more as you get better and better. You start learning the 2, you start learning the 2-5-1, you start learning the chord progression. So I would start with the 1-4-5 because that's in a lot of songs. When you write music, that 1-4-5, and the crazy thing is in church, when you about to end a song, you go to the 6. So it's crazy. So just that one start with the 1-4-5 and gradually learn chords as you go.
Chris, I got a book for you, bro. Trust me.
Anybody else got to say? So when Matt was talking about,
no, I'm trying to say, Chris, the link is in the comment. If you're trying to come
my bad. I thought when I was talking, I thought everybody was aware what the number system was. I ain't meant no harm when I said that, but a lot of musicians move around and gig for years and years, and all they know is the number system. Like for real, they get on the gig and they call out numbers.
Don't be afraid to ask questions
of
things that you don't know. Because a lot of kids, bro, they're so scared to ask questions and fear being ridiculed. We all talk shit to each other 24/7. But if it's something that I don't know, and Lil Rock can tell you that, I will ask. Say, bro, what's this? Because I don't care what age you at. Learning is you can always learn. I ask people when I don't know something. So don't be afraid to ask. Even you, John. Like if you don't know something, bro, ask. There's too many people out here that can help you. Ask.
If you ask any of them old dudes though, Ja, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna have bad tone, and now you're gonna know how to read everything, but when you play it, it's gonna sound. I can't say the word I was gonna say, Ja, because I know you're still in school and you're young and you're impressionable, but it's not gonna sound great. Now, if you can think of a word that is synonymous with not sounding great, okay, that's what you're gonna sound like.
Say, Ja, you got too many B-tone greats that can help you out.
Matter of fact,
trust me.
Josh just said,
we actually got alumni. We actually got alumni that actually come to the school that will really help us at McMean.
Thank you.
So that's actually
don't listen to Matt when he's not on his medicine. He start talking crazy. And you know, all people when they don't take their medicine, they trip out. So Uncle Matt is a good guy when he on his medicine. Don't worry about him when he's not on his medicine. He be tripping sometimes, but he good people.
It's always good to see alumni to come back to the school to actually help reading music because it actually teach you like a life lesson too. At the same time when you go through music and stuff like that. Basically,
it doesn't get done a lot though.
It don't get done a lot. So if you have that, you need to hold on to that because a lot of kids don't have that.
I'll say one thing.
A strong alumni base.
When I've started writing music like over this little break or whatever, and I say one thing: if you could read music, you could see it in your mind, and like you could hear the rhythm out and see it in your mind and put it in the computer. And I know Johnny could do it. Like if you hear 16 notes in your head, like you hear a singer sing 16 notes, you can see it in your mind and just put it on and type it or write it out.
You know what's so crazy? I'm so happy you saying because what's the first thing you do when you listen to a song when you about to write?
I listen to the bass line first.
Because the bass line gonna tell you what?
Where everything is.
It's gonna tell you
where to go.
It's gonna tell you the car progression. It's gonna tell you the car progression of how
See, I haven't gotten into full band arrangements yet. I've just been doing trombone fanfares, but it's
he writes some hella fire trombone fanfares,
like,
man.
I think
nice trombone fanfares at that. Some nice.
I think a lot of times in this era, like I'm not trying to shit on the kids that write music now, but a lot of kids write because they have the computer shit to help them. Whereas we didn't have that shit. Like,
I think a lot of
you
people
think it's that
just
easy?
just for the skill of writing instead of writing for whatever band.
It's easier.
You think no. I'm not asking that. You really think having finale is that easy? Because I know dudes that arrange that put out shit. It's just because you have finale, don't
wait. Let's get Rock. What you think about what? You full of shit, Burger. Everything you say, that's how I feel about you. Because you cut off my baritone thing. I cannot believe you did that. Rock, what is your opinion on what Burger just said? Back in the day, them dudes, what technology did they have?
A piece of paper and a pencil?
And a piano.
Exactly.
Unmute your phone, Rock. Big Rock, unmute your phone.
Exactly.
Unmute your phone, Rock.
You had to know how to read
keyboard, piano.
So back then, is it safe to say you had to know how to read music to write it?
Definitely.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so you saying the dudes that write music these days don't know how to read?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying they can read.
I'm not
know how to read when y'all was writing music.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say this. I don't know.
You're not about to tell me it's a dude out there writing music that can't read.
That writes music, you gotta be able to see that rhythm.
Anything is possible. Post Katrina, anything bad is possible,
There's
Burger.
nobody out there who can't read music arranging it. Because
it's
even
possible.
though you have finale,
I don't just want to throw it out.
Correct notes go. Bullshit.
I don't want to just throw it out. We don't know that for sure. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think everybody that write music know how to read this thing because all you gotta do is put the rhythm in a thing.
No, it is not that simple, Johnny. If you putting the wrong rhythms in the wrong chords,
it's gonna tell you that it's wrong and you fucking correct it.
No, finale don't correct shit.
Whoa. Hold on, Burger.
Crazy.
Computer software do correct stuff.
No, but well, you need to talk to some of these college bands because if they got finale and they put out some of these arrangements still and it corrected for you, God be offense because these niggas need help.
Hey, put a name on it, Burger. Put a name on it.
I'm not putting no name. They know who they're talking about.
Oh, Burger, you
they know what I'm talking about.
You could have put a name on it if you wanted.
I'm not about to do that.
Man, you ain't put a name on it, man.
They hate me enough. Finale. Everything don't go on finale. If you arrange music and you listening to me, if you know that shit, cool, please close finale and go back to the bedroom and do something different. Because that's the problem.
What is gonna play?
That's the problem. Everybody think they can arrange music and they can't.
That's
true. It ain't meant for everybody to do it.
Burger,
not everybody. I just like everybody can't rap. Everybody can't write. I mean,
me too, Ricardo. Me too. Recently,
Burger. Some computer softwares make things interesting though. Think about it from like music production standpoint. Like, say, for instance, you producing a song. A producer now has more at his arsenal than, say, for instance, a producer pre-digital era, pre-technology era. You know what I'm saying? So I see what Johnny is saying. The computer definitely makes it easier compared to back then.
All the computer do is give you the software to put everything where you need it to go without having a hand write it. That's basically all the software do. It ain't arranging no music for you.
That's bullshit.
Me, if Finale was arranging music for you, everybody will be putting out grade A arrangement. You're not about to tell me Finale is writing nobody's shit. See, this is what I don't like. So the only thing about Finale is technology. It is advanced now. Dudes don't have to sit out there and write out every part no more. You just doing it on Finale now.
Burger. That's bullshit.
That's why these band directors putting out these class arrangements.
What you saying, Johnny?
Y'all got everybody.
Burger.
It's actually harder to.
Rock, you ain't gotta tell me. I done been around dudes that have been arranging, and it took them 2-3 weeks to arrange one song
on the computer.
Yes,
that means they don't know how to fucking read music. If it take you too far,
it's
hold up.
Wait, easier to write a. I'm not gonna say that. Sometimes you gotta have a vision in your head.
Hold up, y'all talking over each other.
It took me 2 days, 3 days. You ain't have to put the song well.
Diane, let me hear that arrangement that took you 2 days.
Without the song well?
No, I see what he's saying though, bro. Because I'll sit there in the band room and I'll watch Brooke out of his mind. And he'll write a song within a couple of days. Some people got it. Some people take longer. Everybody different.
There's a thing called writer's block where dudes be writing.
First off, good evening, gentlemen.
What's going on,
Am I muted?
Mute your phone. Yeah, mute your phone. Mute your phone.
Hello.
Mute your phone, Tanil. Mute your phone. Dog, Burger, you tripping, dog. I ain't lying, dog.
No, I'm not tripping. Y'all really believe that dudes could just pull out finale and pull out an arrangement? You are on drugs if you believe that.
Burger, let me tell you something. Back in the days, you didn't hear your music until the band played it.
That's only technology. Shit evolved, Johnny. It's supposed to do that.
Listen,
we had VCRs too at one point in time.
Let me say this. If a nigga gotta take 2 weeks to write a song on technology, they don't know what the fuck they doing.
Dudes like to take their time. That's why dudes rushing putting these fucking poor-ass arrangements together. They rushing putting these poor-ass arrangements together. Y'all take your time and write your music. You got what you rushing for?
If you know music, it won't take you no time. If you know
Johnny missing what I'm saying. It shouldn't take you 2 weeks to write a rap song because it's damn near 8 fucking measures. I'm talking about real music should take you time, Johnny. And if you don't get that, you crazy.
What you don't know is you can pull out an old song. They have like 4 calls in that bitch. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. This shit don't take that long, Burger. You write the introduction, you write the verse, you write the chorus. This shit don't take that long.
I'm gonna say this: you gotta have whatever vision you want for that song, whatever interpretation you want for that song in your head already. Like Simmons then told us, it took him a little minute to write some of the songs he didn't give us. Like Joyful.
That shit would take time.
That type of stuff. That shit took him a little minute.
I just explained. I'm not talking about writing no rap tune. I'm talking about writing no music. It takes you time.
It depends on the song, though.
If I write "You Crazy,"
it depends on what song you choosing.
Dog, let me be real with you. If I write you that crazy song about Chris Brown, it should not take me 2 weeks to write that shit. It should not take me 2 weeks to write that shit.
Everybody different.
I want to hear everybody different too, and everybody like,
different.
Some people like to take their time. That's why dudes rush and put out these mediocre ass arrangements. They're trying to be the first to say, "I arranged this."
No, but hold on. Like I said, I've seen people put out good shit within 2 days. It really depends on
what you saw good that was put out in 2 days.
And what your mind is.
If you don't mind me asking, what you saw that was good that was put out in 2 days arrangement.
Say, bro, it's not about. Let me tell you something. It's not about how
I can say the song, but you're not going to agree.
I've been around greats like Eric French, bro. This man will take his time and write a whole tune, and then the band start playing, and then Mr. French will change up the whole song because he hears something
on that day. On that day.
The same day on the spot.
The song where they come back.
Damn, I hear something different. Trombone play this chord. First trombone play this chord. Second trombone play this. This dude, music is. That's why I be like, everybody don't need finale. Because everybody, that's what's wrong.
Everybody don't need.
Everybody fucking up arranging, and that's why you got so many ass niggas out here.
Burger, so do you think those same people would be good if they didn't have finale?
Oh, most definitely. A lot of them, I'll put my money behind them. Most definitely. The dudes I'm speaking of.
So if you took finale away from them, you think they would be better?
I believe they would still. Some of them would still be good. You're not about to tell me Brian Simmons still wouldn't be a great.
No, he would be good.
Definitely.
You're not Eric French started writing on paper.
What's
They
up,
just
folks?
got finale. Don't forget. Eric French started writing on paper. They just got finale.
Burger, let me tell you something. It's not going to take you, if you know what you're doing, if you know music, it's not going to take you that long to write a song on finale, dog. Be real with you. If I press the card will play on finale. Like it don't take
man.
You do that shit on finale like you think, dog. If a nigga take 2 weeks to write if a nigga take 2 weeks to write a simple 1-4-5 chord song.
But that's not what I'm saying. You taking my words and you switching it. I'm telling you, a rap tune should take you about 2 days. Anything, if you trying to write out an arrangement that you want to sound amazing and you want it to be right, it's gonna take you some time. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not about to tell me Brian wrote Bohemian Rhapsody in 2 days.
That's a different type of song.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you, nigga. You not listening.
No, that's kind of right.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Man, what's up?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I had to come on here, man, because y'all talking out loud. Y'all talking outside of your neck. I am an arranger. First of all, for only thing finale you really does is make you produce the arrangement faster. You still have to know what you're doing.
Thank you.
It takes now. If you are good, it depends on your skill level. Is how good your arrangement is going to be. Like somebody was talking about interpretation and all that. Yeah, you got to know. I already had the song in my head, what I want to do with the song before I put it on paper. Now I'm somebody who learned when I came through when I was an undergrad, I had to learn on this. I didn't know about the technology, the computer, all that stuff. So we had to write it there by hand. It took you about a week or two, and back then we didn't even write scores like talking about it. We had to write scores for class, but we just write parts. And then I got in class, and I actually took orchestration and arranging. That shit had to stop because they wasn't playing that shit. But all the thing the computer does for me is makes me produce the song faster. You still have to know what you're doing. Finale does not write the song for you. It gives you a skeleton band. Like Johnny, I heard Johnny say you didn't hit a song until the band played it. Like we used to do at Grammar, we got a skeleton band, which is basically 2 of each instrument we put together before we played a song, so we can at least hear how the song sound. It depends on your level of hearing and and your experience. You'll know what the song will sound like in your head. If you're somebody who is in tune with how all the instruments sound and how it's gonna go together, it's gonna come to you regardless. But finale does not write a song for you. You still have to know ranges. You still have to know transpositions. You still have to know all this stuff, and you have to have you get, like it's just like anything. You get better with experience. The better you experience you have in it, and being around bands, good sounding bands too. I know Matt like to get on there a lot, but get sounding bands so you can know exactly what a good sound supposed to sound like, a good characteristic tone supposed to sound like. You'll know what the song gonna sound like. But finale does not write the song for you. I want to make sure you have to know what you're doing. Period.
I want an arranger to take his time when he writing his music. I don't care if it take him 3 weeks. Take your time and write your arrangement out. So when you pass it out to people, we ain't fixing it. You know how many times, and I don't want to embarrass people. We've had to literally say these chords are wrong.
I'm saying on book.
A lot of music from back in the day. I don't want to be funny that we tried to play in the new school. We had to fix trombone chords because the shit was wrong. Because I'm not saying arrangers.
Listen, you piece of shit. Wait, no. That's just not gonna happen. Listen, you know why y'all have to fix it? No, you know why you have to. You're not gonna just say no shit like that. You know why y'all have.
You bitches was playing.
You know why y'all have to fix
it? Y'all was playing one note, and y'all made a living off playing that one note.
You know why the shit needed to be fixed? Because y'all didn't have the tone to make the shit. Y'all couldn't punch through the shit and make it sound like shit. Of course it was gonna need to be fixed because y'all sound like ass. I'm sorry, Job, my bad. But y'all didn't sound good. That's the problem. Don't you ever say nothing like that. Take it back, bro. Like for real, take that back, dog. Don't say nothing like that.
When y'all by yourself and y'all sitting down, y'all say, "I hate that fat bitch be right sometimes," and I don't give a shit what y'all say. I'm gonna continue to speak my own truth. Fuck all that. I'm mad, y'all. I'm not gonna let them make me say what they
Man,
want.
Jack got it. Jack,
I'm gonna say what I want to say.
We cursing too much.
Very good. Quick question.
Yeah.
Just for understanding.
Also with arranging, man. It depends on the song. It is. It depends on the song, because like if I'm writing some rap tune, hey, I haven't wrote a rap tune in a long time, because that just I let my younger arrangers to do that. But if you write, you writing some what's a like some R&B song, some recently released R&B song, so you write some Stevie Wonder or some Earth, Wind & Fire. That's not you're not gonna run through that like that, especially Stevie Wonder. Boy, because that, I mean, those, thinking about like the Boosie was talking about Stevie Wonder, man. Oh, I love Kelly. Kelly's a bad boy, but Stevie, man, it ain't the same. It's not the same. When you write a Stevie Wonder song and then you writing a damn Tory Lanez song with or something like some of these new artists. It's not the same. It's a little more to it. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
people,
let me say this. Oh, you want to? Oh, no. Go ahead. Oh, what I was gonna say is like the importance of music. I learned this from my teacher back in 2009, and I ain't gonna ever forget this to this day. His name was Mr. Harrison, by the way. He told me something about music. He told me the key to music is really the fundamentals, and that's something that I always learned ever since then. So I always keep it every time when I go to band practice, and we at McMahon, and when we play, I just learned about the fundamentals of music and how it really stretches out.
Jack, keep being great, Jack. Keep being great.
Mr. Scale, so we all know some of Stevie Wonder music is they got some hellified calls in them songs.
Right.
So just imagine if a motherfucker don't know theory, how long it will really take them to fucking do a song.
More than 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something.
More than 2 weeks.
It's not. I mean, the thing is, it could work two ways. They need to know theory. It's always good to know theory, but if they got an ear, they can figure it out. Especially, they got an ear. Like y'all was talking about with the brass bands. Knowing the chords, but you gotta have an ear to hit them changes, man. When that stuff goes, you gotta have an ear. Like most of these brass bands and all this different stuff, man. Majority of them, you ain't gonna need to read no music. Those professional, what I call professional gigs, when you get on that, when you get paid that good old money, you might have some sheet music, some or you like some out of Facebook, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But you're not really reading them. You gotta have an ear. You know what I'm saying? A lot of jazz musicians, brass bands, they probably can't be the best readers, but the motherfuckers out their world, out of this world. From if they didn't have it before, they had it from doing a whole bunch of playing.
Right.
So you gonna have
listen.
ear.
A lot of brass band musicians. I understand that those brothers may be challenged with being able to read, but they not making money. It's not because they can't read. It's because their brains are stuck in this one small spot. If some of those dudes said, "I'm gonna take my trumpet and I'm gonna get with another style band. Or I'm gonna take my trumpet and I'm gonna start a stage band. I'm gonna take my trumpet. I'm gonna take my saxophone and I'm gonna do this kind of band," then they would have a gig. But these people, they had a dream of being in a brass band, and that's all they're gonna ever do because that's where their mind is at. Your mind has to expand. It has to expand.
Listening to y'all, I would know it have time. I wanted to bring my best friend on, man, Nick. If I could tag us, he don't be on Facebook. But Nick,
Rock, your phone muted. Rock, you muted.
Rock, you muted.
He could come on and explain a lot of this stuff for you.
Rock, leave out and come back in.
No, Rock good. Rock good. He good. He just cut his sound off.
Oh.
No, we can't hear Rock.
Still can't hear. No.
Wait, you know what? I'm just realizing this, man. We gotta get off. Y'all want to have some closing words, guys, before we
I do want to have some closing words.
Well, I want to say that.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the guests.
I'm not a guest.
No, yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, you're a guest. Y'all want to say something before y'all get off?
Yeah, I do. To the young man who was on, if he's still on, man,
I got you, Rob.
Work on your sight reading. Read through method books. Get you some method books. Read through the method books and learn your skills. You'll be fine. Those learn your skills. Read through those method books. The more you play, the better your tone gonna be. And I'm good. Y'all have a good night, man.
All right.
Good job.
Appreciate you, brother, man.
Good job, y'all, man. I listen to y'all all the time, man. Y'all doing a good job, man. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate you, Ken.
Thank you.
Yeah, all I gotta say is keep doing what y'all doing, bro. Y'all know I mess with all y'all. Love all y'all.
Always, brother. Always.
Matt, stay out St. Aug, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, man, I love the nights, man. Ain't no smoke, man. I promise.
Y'all have a good one, bros.
Hey, before we get out of here, I got a couple of things I want to say. I forgot. Oh no, I didn't. First thing first, we got next week's show. Please do not miss next week's show. So it's a special show for me, near and dear to me. We're gonna be talking to the All-Star Band directors from various bands. Y'all know I'm Team New Orleans to the death, so whatever. But we're gonna have fun next week. I want y'all to please go out. If you're a band head, please go out and download the Mississippi Mass Band album. Ball Without You is on all platforms, Spotify, whatever you got. It's a dope album. I've been listening to it. It's called Ball Without You. Please go download the album. And y'all go ahead, whatever y'all got to say.
I'm giving you that church music. I'm giving you that church music while you're playing.
Okay, well let me say something. You don't want to have no church music on what I'm about to say. I'm so in my closing remarks.
Good day, guys. I'll see y'all next week.
No, man.
I want to say that I'm so glad I was a Bearsman that came up before Katrina. When I hear these young punks talk, I'll be like, oh my God, they're doomed. They are doomed. Like it's no help. You got Burger that just want to teach them how to read. It don't matter how they sound. They can just sound like anything. You know what? They can take the horn and turn it at they like. Well, I don't even want to say that. They can blow air from any orifice in their body into the horn and to Burger. As long as they read the notes they was playing, the hell with it. Let them sound like shit. I don't agree with that. That's crazy. I believe the fundamentals like reading and stuff are important.
Pick a side and say that, you bastard. Pick a side and say that.
I believe that's important, but I also believe that you gotta sound good. And you can't blow wind out of your ass, Burger. Sometimes that's what it sounds like, Burger. Some of these dudes, when they play, they just want to be able to play up and loud. Damn how they sound. Like and you encourage that. No, you bastard. Don't you take that. Burger, take that. Say, bro, chill with that Kennedy shit. But hey, Burger, real talk. You are single-handedly the problem with that, bro. Like you encourage that. Make them dudes sound good, bro. They need to sound better, bro. This shit be sounding bad.
I want to clear the air. I want all new school musicians to focus on sounding as good as you can. But I also want you to know how to read and know the literature you're playing. Because if you don't know the literature you're playing, you assed out. Matt talk all that shit to y'all, but he know how to read. So don't y'all get it twisted.
I do, and I read every once in a while, Burger. I'm telling you, I'm not saying don't learn how to read. I'm saying, but you put no emphasis on tone. You really don't, Burger. That's absolutely the truth, Burger. You put no emphasis on tone ever.
I want you to sound good. So I have to tell you, first of all, I'm sorry. I don't need nobody to tell me I need to sound good on my horn. That's a given.
Burger, how many times on it? We've been on here 2 hours. How many times have you mentioned amateur? How many? You never said a there, Burger. You never said nothing about an amateur, Burger, because y'all don't care about that, Burger. Y'all don't care about that, bro. Like y'all don't care about that shit, dog.
I think I speak for all horn players when I say we don't give a fuck about no drummers. So with that being said,
I gotta get my closing remarks. Hold up, man. Oh, say, bro, we missed one important thing. Matt was on the show. I think that was yesterday, right? Yesterday, about the renaming of Fauché Lusher. It's covering Lusher, not Fauché, but the renaming of the school Lusher. So I know they have a petition out there, and we're asking that everybody's go sign a petition and everything. So please do that. Fauché, we with y'all as an able alum. I am with you. I am with you on this. I think Matt is with you as a Kennedy alum. So Also, I want to say that I enjoyed this show tonight. Burger, you are tripping on a lot of fucking shit.
No, I ain't tripping. I speak that real. Y'all scared to piss y'all people off.
You done lost your damn mind.
No,
you done lost your mind, Burger.
Because I want my
you done lost your mind.
Listen.
No, because you don't care about tone and amateur. You completely discount. Burger, you completely discounted.
And knowing how to correctly put air through the horn, but I also want you to know how to read. So if that's a problem. If that's a problem for me to say that, then it is what it is.
No, it's no problem. But
it's a problem when you de-emphasize how good you sound. Or how
nothing.
Burger, you constantly did it
the whole night.
I think it's
Burger, you have never agreed with me in the history of this show. So don't say that. You never agree with me on anything. If I can count on one thing on this show, it's when I come on, you're going to be the polar opposite of me.
Hey, bro,
so now that's got to be put out there too.
New school will not allow these schools more than 90 BC to have no tripping out here in these streets.
In the words of Matt Francis, I think tonight Burger has proven that he's a piece of shit. So,